But in essence, it's the most ballsy formation I've ever used. What a time it's been on the Stingerman. We've jumped forward in time. We left you last time. We were at Sociedad. We just switched to Ajax and I've played the season out and it's been nuts. So we've had quite the season over in Holland. Now, before we get into it, just check out this run. So we lost the first game of the season on penalties, so it's not a loss. It's not a loss. And then we just went on to a charge. We lost against United in the Champions League. But notice these reds, because you're not going to see many of them. You're not going to see many of them. Just stroll down, another red to Man United. Annoying. But again, look at all this. This is insane form. Little red there in the Dutch Cup semi-final. Massive disappointing. I wanted that cup, but we got booted out by Feyenoord. Another little red to Everton, but everything else is all green. What does that mean? That's right, we have absolutely stomped a mud hole in the Eredivisie. And we're champions. We were champions ages ago. Check out the stats. Won 27 out of 33 games, drawn 6, and you'll notice a big fat 0. In today's game, we search an invincible league season for Ajax. So that's our second league title in the Stingerman series. Remember, back ages ago, we won it with Faf in Portugal. Again, that was an invincible season. We're on for it again. We've scored 95 goals in 33 games. We're nearly at 3 per game. And the best bit about all of this is the tactic that's got us there. Are you ready for 2 at the back? Eyes do not deceive you. That is a formation I've used this season for Ajax. 2 at the back with a little half back in front to provide a bit more cover, but in essence, it's the most ballsy formation I've ever used. 2 at the back, and it's just dominated. I got to Ajax and I thought, we're gonna win this league. They'd won it 8 years in a row. The players were insane, which we'll get to. So I just went for it. But I based it on what they were good at last season. So, last season they played a version of this. Standard wing-back system with 2 or 3 up front, depending on which way you judge it. So I was going to start like that, but then I looked at the players and I thought, these players can do more. They can do more and we can dominate. So that's how we ended up with the Ajax 2, the 2 at the back. Made a couple of signings to help it. One of those was Nuno Mendes. A lot of people have heard of him in the game, wonder kid. But I mean, we are 16, 17 seasons in now and the kid's 34 years old, so he's not a kid anymore. But he came in for Barcelona. He's been up and down that left flank as a defensive winger. Other side we've got defensive winger. So we've spoke about the half-backs, just helping out the 2 centre-backs. Deep line playmaker, and then these boys up front. Trequartista, advanced midfielder on attack. And this fella, Berisha, ladies and gentlemen, 50 goals in a season. There's my man, Arlen Berisha. As soon as I got to Ajax, I had to turn down a bid for 75 million from Barca. They came back, they kept coming back. It ended up they offered us 140 million, and I rejected it because I've not seen a player as good as this on this game. And I was proved right because he ended up scoring 52 goals in 49 games. What a player. I mean, you tell me what he can't do. Check it out. Finishing, composure, balance, acceleration, pace, off the ball, technique. He grafts, he works his socks off. He is a proper player. Now, a lot of people have had problems getting this role working, the number 10 role. Now, I played this guy Lopez as an attacking midfielder on attack. Done the business. Check it. 20 goals, 10 assists. That's pretty much exactly what he'd want from a number 10 attacking midfielder, isn't it? He's absolutely done the business. And there's greens all over the place. First touch, 19. Passing, teamwork, vision, off the ball, flair. I mean, these players, man. Not just the league we dominated. We were really good in the Champions League. We battered Atletico Madrid 3-0. But we just couldn't unfortunately get over that Man United hurdle. Which led to us going into the Europa League, and we've just got knocked out by Everton on away goals. They were one of only 3 teams to beat us this season. They beat us 2-0 at Goodison. We came back, we pounced them 3-1. If you look at the end of the game, it's ridiculous. Look at our disallowed goals. 1, 2, 3 disallowed goals. We scored in the 87th and the 88th minute. I thought we were going to get there. Didn't quite get there. Probably should have done that one on camera because it was balmy. So drink that tactic in. Drink it in, because to get something like that working, you better have a good team, because we still conceded 30 goals this season in 33. It is the best in the league. Other than Feyenoord, we've still got the best defensive in the league. But the only reason we're able to play a formation like the two at the back is because we're that good that we dominate games that much. Using someone like, sorry I pick on these guys, but maybe like Oldham in League 1 or 2, with that system, whole heap of relegation pain, I think. So we have one game left. One game, FC Volendam at home. Beat them. It's an invincible league season. It shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. Then the question is, what do we do next? We've come into Ajax. We've won the league. We've blasted it. Check out what it's done to our profile. This is looking rosy. The reputation now, we are 4.5 stars. Superb. We are superb reputation. Love it. Love it. Attributes. I mean, look at that. We're going to be a wanted man, I think. The last Ajax manager ended up in La Liga, one of the big boys, Barca or Real. We may have an option at the end of this season to go to one of the big boys, maybe in the Premier League, maybe La Liga, maybe Bundesliga. To be honest though, I think there's only 4 or 5 teams that I would leave Ajax for. So here we go, the last game of the season, for an invincible season. The two at the back in full flow. Let's smash FC Volendam. Okay, we are 8 minutes in. There's a ball. Nuno Mendes finds Menzo, central midfielder. The boys up front are on the move. Visual to Osedov. Number 1. Well, that also nudges us up to 90 points, which in a 34 game season is not daft. They have been so dominant this season. I am going to do a formation video about the two at the back, because it's that much of a funky system. People need to see it. There's a ball through to Lems. Lems puts it in, but he is offside. Half time 1-0. I've actually not been great, but we're just doing enough. To be fair, they've won this league by 20 points. We've absolutely smashed it. So they're probably already kicking back, bless them. The ball's cleared. Here's Mikel to Menzo. Who is Nuno Mendes? 34 years old now. Menzo. Let's go and have a look. Can't see the way through. Back to, he's the halfback, so you see how far up the halfback is. Osadov to Lems. Like a knife through butter, boys. Incidentally, if you combine that with last season, the old manager, this means this Ajax team are now 49 games in the league, undefeated. Actually on the attack here, Sigvardsson crosses, bit of a scramble, and Gomez has put it in. That's what I said about the two at the back. It is two at the back, so you are going to concede goals. And that's our 31st goal conceded in 34 games, so you've just got to outscore them. So final couple of minutes, 88th minute, can we get one more just to send the fans home? Mengial crosses, it's cleared, comes out to Nuno Mendes. The elder statesman of the team, to Menzo, back to Robertson, the halfback. It's lovely plays, Lems is in again, it's a big save though. That's it. The Ajax boys go undefeated in the league. It's an invincible season. Get in, that's our second invincible season in the Stingerman. There it is, invincible season, Ajax complete it. 2.9 average goals per match. I mean, that's pretty damn decent, right? So our record at Ajax is played 51, won 37, drawed 9, lost 5. That includes a penalty defeat. 138 goals for, 81 plus goal difference with a win percentage of 72%. Now the question is, now what? All I'll say is there's some very big jobs with some very insecure positions. Let's see where we end up next season. Are we still at Ajax, or do we have our latest club?